Hello, everyone. My name is Hyacinthe Nyirahabimana. I'm a research associate at IIT based in Rwanda. I'm glad to present to you in this conference our manuscript on farmer and consumer tests and preference analysis of new potato varieties with crowdsourced tricot approach in Rwanda. Introduction. Potato is a very important crop in Rwanda, as in both a cash and food crop. However, potato system is being affected by many challenges, including use of old and diseased varieties, also use of poor quality seeds. In 2017, SIP, in partnership with Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resource Development Board, came together to find solution to these challenges of potato system, and they developed new potato varieties which are more disease resistant and high yielding. RAB tested these varieties in different research stations, but they later wanted to understand the performance of these varieties in different agroecologies in Rwanda, and also on different participants, including farmers and consumers, with the use of participatory approach. Objectives of this study. The first one was to determine farmers and consumer preferences for the new potato varieties, and secondly, to understand to rank these varieties based on farmer and consumer preferences for different traits of the new potato varieties. The materials and methods. In this method, we utilized tricot approach. Tricot is a new and digital methodology for testing agricultural technologies, where every participant is allocated 3 random technologies, here 3 random varieties, and they are tested and evaluated in incomplete blocks. Farmers were given varieties to evaluate on farm and also to evaluate the harvested tubers to compare the test qualities and overall preference. Similarly, consumers were randomly selected in similar agroecologies as those where the farmers are from, and they were given boiled potato to test and tell which varieties are best based on the observation and also based on the mouth test. Participants were from north and south parts of Rwanda, and ODK and CleanMob were used in data collection and data management, while our software was used in analysis. Bracket rules model was used to analyze data from tricot, ranking data, and bracket rules estimates statistics and probabilities of each variety for winning against all other varieties in the experiment. Results. In this figure, I have the net favorability score of each potato varieties for both farmers and consumers. Net favorability score stands for a difference between the frequency of a variety being ranked as the best minus frequency of a variety being ranked as the worst. In blue, we have the net favorability score for farmers, while in yellow, we have for consumers. The best variety, according to farmers, was Closer, while to consumers was Mungandle. And other varieties which were mentioned as the best for both farmers and consumers were Gisubizo, Kirundo, and Ijambere. However, even though all those varieties were frequently mentioned as the best for both farmers and consumers, the level of importance was different. These figures show the probabilities or the log worths of each of these varieties being ranked as the best. Figure A is for farmers, and a variety in the Mila was set as reference with 0 log worth. All varieties with log worth higher than the 0, higher than the log worth of the reference, which is 0, have higher probability of being the best than the reference, for which is the mirror here. The 3 top varieties with the highest probability of being the best for farmers were Kirundo, Gisubizo, and Ikluza. For consumers on the right, the reference variety was Ndamila and Eze, while the 3 topmost varieties with the high probability of being the best were Nkunganire, Gisubizo, and Twihaze. Gisubizo was the common variety with the highest probability of being the best in both farmer and consumer trials. Conclusion: farmers and consumers have different preferences towards consumption traits of potato varieties. Even where preferences fall on the same varieties, the level of preference differ. And therefore, farmers are recommended Kirundo, Cruiser, and Gisubizo varieties as their 3 topmost best varieties, while consumers are recommended Nkunganire, Gisubizo, and Twihaze. However, Gisubizo is recommended as a variety that can be good for both farmers and consumers. Therefore, we recommend breeding and potato extension programs to take into account to consider both farmer and consumer preferences while making their breeding and extension services. This is because farmers and consumers are among 3 important customers of breeding programs, and it's key that these breeding programs and extension services work in accordance with their demand and needs of their customers. Thank you. This is the end.